Morning students, this is Govind Padidar, your chemistry teacher. So today we will finish our chapter first, that is matter in our surrounding, that belongs to your chemistry chapter. So we have to take a brief idea about this chapter. So in this chapter we learn that there are five states of matter. One is solid, liquid and gas, BC and plasma, and basically we learn about main three states. These are solid, liquid and gas. So if we see the particle arrangement of these three states and compare them, so in case of gaseous elements, so in case of gaseous states, the interparticle distances are too large. Okay, while in case of liquids, interparticle distances are shorter than gaseous particles. While in case of solid, there is a regular arrangement with least interparticle distances. So if we compare these three states according to interparticle distances, then we see that there is an increasing order from solid to gas. You can see the arrow and compare the interparticle distances. And as we know that the interparticle distances are just reciprocal of intermolecular, just inversely proportional to intermolecular force of attraction. That means as we increase the intermolecular force of attraction, then interparticle distances will decreases. Okay, so both of them having inverse relation. Two particle with the shorter interparticle distances must have higher degree of intermolecular force of attraction. Okay, so students, there is a question from my side, is that name the compound which may exist in all three states of matter. Guess what is the answer? So the correct answer is water. Water is the only is not the only compound. Water is the compound which may exist in a solid form, liquid form, and gaseous form. Ice represent the solid form of water. Liquid represent the liquid form represented by water, molten water, while gaseous phase represented by the water vapor. So water can exist in all three states of matter. Come to the next. Our next slides related with the temperature conversion that can be seen in our text as well as outtake questions. So there are basically three temperature scales. One is degree Celsius scale, another is Kelvin scale, and third one is degree Fahrenheit scale. But in your syllabus, you have only Kelvin and degree Celsius. Okay, so suppose we have to convert this degree Celsius into Kelvin, then we have to subtract it by a factor 273. Okay, you can see here I made a mistake here. Mm, okay, you can see here, if we have to convert this degree Celsius into Kelvin scale, then we have to add a factor, that is 273. If we have to convert this degree Celsius into Kelvin, then we have to add again 270, 3. So you can see here, so we have to convert this Kelvin into degree Celsius. Then we have to subtract by a factor, that is minus, that is 273. There is a question: convert 27 degrees Celsius into Kelvin. So we have to add a factor 273. The answer becomes 300 Kelvin. Come to the next. This is the activity which is shown in your textbook, that matter is explained, describe that matter is made up of tiny particles. How we illustrate this uh, line? As we know, as you can see here, if we add this caminophore is a purple color crystal. If we add a single crystal of caminophore inside 100 ml water that present inside a beaker, then we got a dark pink color, and we take a 10 ml from this that solution and dissolve it again in 100 ml of another beaker that containing water. Then the color is going on lighter. So we move from left to right, then color become light and lighter. So what do you think about that? That matter is made up of very tiny particles that on dilution, that that on dilution never eliminate. Okay, they persist throughout the solution, even though they are even though the concentration of solution is very low. So this activity represents that matter is made up of tiny particles. Okay, you can see here, if we move from left to right, there is a dilution increase. Dilution means addition of more and more solvent or water. So there is another question that is very important for point of view of your examination. You can see here, that question can be seen in your uh, backside NCERT questions. You can see here, three states of matter are there, and each process is represented by arrow, and on the arrow there is a letter written here: A, B, C, D, E, and F notations. The question is that you have to determine the type of process that carried out between these physical states. So what would be the expected answers? The process in which solid is converted into liquid form is called fusion or melting. So the A represent here fusion or melting. Is similar, the process of conversion of liquid into gaseous state is called evaporation. So B process is represent evaporation process. As similar, gas convert into liquid, the process is called condensation. Okay, next, the process of conversion of liquid into solid again is called freezing. Okay, the common example of this liquid to solid is ice formation, that is called freezing, that would be carried out inside freezer. That process is called freezing. Come to the next, the conversion of solid directly into gas without passing liquid, without converting into liquid, is called sublimation, and vice versa will also true. That means the process of conversion of gas directly into solid without pass through liquid state is called sublimation again. So the correct answers are, you can see here, process A represent here melting or fusion, B. Vaporization. C. Freezing. D. Condensation. E and F. Sublimation. Okay, come to the next. Okay, this is all are about today lecture. Now we discuss the important question of this chapter. The first question is convert following temperature into degrees Celsius. We can easily find the answer by subtract this data by factor 273. Come to the next question number second. What is the physical state of water at 250 degrees Celsius? As we know, the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. That means the temperature above 100, water exists in a gaseous phase. So the correct answer that water at 250 degrees Celsius exists in gaseous form. That means water vapor form. What about 100? So water at 100 exists in both forms, both states like liquid as well as in a gaseous phase. Because at boiling point and melting point, two states always exist. So 100 degrees Celsius is the case of boiling point. So there must be two states of matter coexist. One is water 100 degrees Celsius temperature containing water along with the vapor also. Question number third. For any substances, why does temperature remain constant during change of state? That means during conversion of state, temperature remains constant. As we discussed in above question that at 100 degrees Celsius, two states of matter coexist. One is liquid as well as gas. So what do you think the temperature become at 100 degrees Celsius both water at 100 degrees Celsius and vapor at 100 degrees Celsius coexist. Okay, so question is based on that fact that for a substance, why does the temperature remains constant? Because during change in state, there is an involvement of energy, there is a requirement of energy that is called latent energy. Okay, that is required. So that latent energy compensate the temperature. Okay, increase in temperature compensate by latent heat of energy that is required during change of state. That is the correct answer. Come to the question number 4. Why does a desert cooler cool better on a hot dry day? Because in case of hot dry day, rate of evaporation is increases. Okay, and due to increase in rate of evaporation, cooling will also increases because there is a fact that evaporation causes cooling. As the rate of evaporation increases, then rate of cooling will also increases. In case of desert cooler, okay, during hot dry days, water vapor is not accumulate and do not create humidity, and due to which evaporation rate become increases, which causes more and more cooling. Okay, question number 5. How does the water kept in earthen pot become cool during summer? As you know that earthen pot having numerous tiny pores, okay, or holes through which water is continuously oozed out and due to evaporation of that water from the surface of earthen pot causes cooling. Okay, I repeat again. Earthen pots contain numerous tiny holes, which small holes through which water is continuously oozed out, and that water undergo evaporation. As you know, evaporation causes cooling. So the outer surface of earthen pot become cooler by cool become cool by evaporation. Next is 6. Why does our palm feel cold when we put some acetone or petrol or perfume on it? Okay, I don't think about the acetone and the perfume, but we think about the petrol here. So petrol causes cooling because petrol, acetone and perfume, all three are having very low boiling points, and as they put on our palm, because our palm having body temperature that is 37 degrees Celsius, and the boiling point of these compounds is very less than 37 degrees Celsius. As the drops of acetone, petrol or perfume is drop over our palm, they readily undergo evaporation. Okay, and the temperature of our interacting part of palm and the heat of that particular area of the palm is utilized in evaporation, which causes cooling. Come to the next. Why are we able to sip hot tea or milk faster from a saucer rather than a cup? This is a fact is based on that evaporation is directly proportional to cooling, or evaporation is directly proportional to surface area. As you know, the surface area of liquid that put inside that filled inside the saucer is larger as compared to the cup. So the liquid present in a saucer or milk that present in the saucer cool faster. You can easily sip hot tea or the milk that present in saucer as compared to cup. Come to the 8. What type of clothes should we wear in summer? So we must wear cotton cloth because cotton have absorptive power. It absorbs the sweat that comes during osmoregulation from our body. So cotton clothes are the best to wear in summer. Question number 9. What produce more severe boiling water or steam? So the answer is steam. Why? Because the steam having temperature more than 100 degrees Celsius. Even boiling water having only temperature 100 degrees Celsius. That is the correct answer. Question number 10. Why is ice at 273 Kelvin, that means 0 degrees Celsius, more effective in cooling than water? Because ice having temperature, because ice is why ice at 273 Kelvin more effective in cooling than water at the same temperature? Why? Because ice is already converted into the solid form, and it will never require any latent heat of energy to convert into ice further. Okay. So ice is more effective. So this is all are about today lecture. Today we discuss important question of the chapter. If you got some doubts, if you got interact with the doubts, you can ask in our comment section. Okay. So be at home, be safe, have a nice day.